favorite color is blue. It's been that way since I started missing you. Seeing you around, it doesn't really help me out. It doesn't make my life any easier. But wishing you were still in my arms, holding my hand, and not just some old picture on my Instagram. It comes in waves, in waves, in waves. They roll on. It comes in waves, in waves, in waves. They roll on. Hope that it's hard to tell. It sucks to say, but this, it still hurts like hell. I look for you in everything that I see. I wonder if you ever find yourself still thinking about me.
Is someone at hard work trying to get the towel out. I'm trying just desperately to not lose you guys. Let's try this again. Hang on. All right. I promised you guys I would take you to that place that has acoustics. This is what I'm wearing. It's my final day. So I thought I'd dress up for you guys. This is what I wore for my white dinner yesterday. And it's the final dinner. Today we're leaving. And I thought that I would just say goodbye. So it's just a goodbye video, very quick. But there's gonna be lots of people here, I think, already. But who cares? I'm leaving. Nobody knows me. I gotta get over myself, right? Goodbyes are hard. I've said goodbyes to 2 groups of people, and I met really a bunch of really nice Cubans whom I've fallen kind of in love with. And I forgot to tell you one other Cuban story. It's a love story, potentially. I forgot my lip gloss. Let's see here. Shall we? Let's see. Do I have my lip gloss? I seem to always have my lip gloss. And today, oh, I do. I do, senoras and senoritas. Oh, and senors as well. Hang on. It's very dangerous. This whole getup. Oh, I can't wait to get home to get rid of this stupid little thing. All right, let's try this when I look decent. Let's see if I can look decent. Look at this place. What do you think? Huh? More better? Okay. Look at how wonderful this place is. Look at this place. Look at it. Look at it. That's where the quiet pool is. So very few people make noise in that one. Loud pool is down there. That's where we have our coffee every morning. But of course I'm not going to videotape when we're having coffee because that's just ridiculous. This is a really cool little cabana. It's only got 2 rooms here. It's very exclusive. This is where we eat our breakfast or our dinners, mostly our dinners. Look at this. This is just really great. This is a quiet pool. A lot of people sit here and lay here and sleep here, actually. Mostly after drinking. We do not. We are here for the beach. For the beach. Because I like the salt in my hair, the sand in my feet, and I love the wind blowing on my face. You really get a huge amount of salt in your body. So goodbyes. Goodbyes are hard, but they're necessary. And I think in our society, what we have learned is that we shouldn't have to say goodbye, but we do. We have to say goodbye. Oh my gosh. These guys are still closed. That never happens. Weird. I wonder if it's just because it rains so much. So look at all the puddles. You see the puddles? What rained? Oh, good. Look at us. We're so exclusive. Just you, me, and I'm not sure if that's a tic-tac-toe or if that's an actual plane. Kind of looks like it's an actual plane because it's dissipating. So see how it's no longer, yeah, it's just a regular plane. Look at this. This is so pretty. Almost looks like a Japanese restaurant. It looks so Japanesey. That's where people work out, crazy people. Although, we did talk about working out, didn't we? We should. But I think vacation is a unique opportunity not to work out. Look at this. Oh, I feel so wealthy in this place. Makes me feel like I can afford things that only people that have lots of money can afford. But back to saying goodbye. We always have to learn to deal with goodbyes, whether it's like my cousin, or my grandmother, or someone's mother, or someone's brother. You have to know how to say goodbye. And even on vacation, we practice saying goodbye. We practice meeting people. We practice engaging with people. And then we practice goodbyes. And on this trip, it's been, honestly, a lot of emotional situations that I was not anticipating. But isn't that life? It's thrown at you, and the only thing that each of us can do is experience how we roll with what's thrown at us. And this is the place. We're gonna have a moment's break here. I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna show you how beautiful this place is. Now, the magic of this place is, I want you to hear me, is not necessarily in the artwork, but in the sound effect. Is that not cool? Can you hear that? I hope you can hear that, because it's like an echo. So someone that's singing here gets elevated without any kind of microphone. So saying goodbye, saying hello, rolling with the punches in life is, watch, I'm going to show you how I exit, and then It's how you respond. It's not about what happens in planning. It's about how you roll with it, baby. Oh my God, isn't this just magic? When me and my husband walked through this, and of course I was blabbering on, or he was blabbering on, one of us was blabbering on, I'm like, oh my God, I have to show this to you guys. It's just so beautiful and so surprisingly amazing. I can't really use my voice because it's still morning. You're the first people I'm talking to. Anyways, that's what I wanted to show you. Isn't that amazing? I'll come back to it on my way back. So I was thinking, as I was getting dressed this morning, I was thinking, you know, I really just have goodbyes to talk to you guys about, because I've stopped talking about my glasses. Well, all but now. I made a decision that it's not going to affect me. And speaking about responding to life, yesterday we were talking to our loved ones. And look at that. Isn't that awesome? Just amazing how really things have changed. I was just about to make you guys real close, and that's not gonna work. This little thing here is how I was able to look this way. That's where my place is, where I'm staying now. But now I want you to pay very close attention to what's going on there. Oh, it's only closed. Barricaded. No entry. No entry. So yesterday we were on the FaceTime with all of our friends, because we really don't have time. We're always on the beach, and there's no Wi-Fi on the beach. I've had no access to the outer world outside of a Wi-Fi. And I was talking to a girlfriend who's a friend since high school, grade 9. And she threw a curveball at us yesterday. And she told us some bad news. And this news is bad because she's like family in many ways. You know, sometimes family is not necessarily blood. And in this case, these are one of these cases where she's family because I've known her for donkey's ages. And she's the type of friend that me and her would get into it. We would scrap it out. And immature as we were at the time. And I was probably more immature than her because she was more forgiving than I was. And I'm working on my forgiveness, and she probably would have been way sooner forgiving than I was, which is really telling about me. Actually, we're going to try going down here, see what's down here. I don't think I've ever been down here, even 12 years ago when I was here before. This is the memories. This is where me and my children had come. And we would have falling outs. And I'm sad and dismayed to admit that it was largely my fault that we stopped talking. I'll see how lovely this looks. Just, you know, tucked away in the palm trees. It's just gorgeous. But see, I want you to notice. What are those? What are those? Those, my friends, are mattresses. Because there's no one in that building. So what they're doing very, very wisely is they're separating like the really ritzy, which is the one we're in, more away from the non-ritzy, and keeping the people that are here far, far away. Oh, that's where the dining hall is. Oh gosh, I remember coming here. Look at how beautiful that is. It's just so pretty, y'all. And look at how romantic it looks. Let's just travel here. Oh, there you are. Where did you go? Where did you go? I guess this is just like a place where nobody really comes. I'm sorry I'm wearing glasses, but if you saw my face, it's really quite shocking because I've been eating a regular diet and I'm so swollen around my face and around my eyes that it's, well, probably embarrassing is maybe the best word. Back to my girlfriend, who was much more forgiving than I was at the time. I hope I've learned since then. I hope I've learned to let things go. She and I were talking because she's coming to pick me up tonight at 1:30 in the morning. And she gave us some bad news about her health. And I have to be honest with you. I didn't handle it as well as I should have. I mean, I did in front of her. I did in front of her. But when we're talking about us as humans, the only control, shall we say, that we have is how we roll with life that gets thrown at us. So I think that I had a very good poker face, but inside I was trembling. And I realized yesterday and this morning, as I was sort of plotting out what I wanted to talk to you guys about, that each time that something is thrown at us, the control lies actually how we respond. And either we add with our response in terms of positively, we add positivity to a situation where we can help the situation either get better or resolved, or at least not add negatively to it. Or we can respond in a way where it's so negative that it's actually helping the situation get worse, and we build on that. In case of war, in case of when things are deteriorating. And I feel like each and every single one of our reaction is a cumulative effect. And the cumulative effect is either positive or negative. You guys just don't want to stay with me. Am I boring you? Maybe. Hang on. This is where me and my children used to have our food. Nobody's here. This is where we used to have the buffet. This is where we liked to sit because we like to sit by nature. Isn't it just a cute little place? It's not even that little, to be honest with you. But we had our favorite people here. Oh my goodness. It's so sad. Again, it's information that's coming at me that kind of rocks my stomach, because I need you to understand that this was a place of hustle and bustle. There were so many people, it was hard to get a seat. It was just an amazing place. It was just like, look at it. It's still amazing, and it's abandoned. And it's not fully abandoned, obviously, the lights are on, but nobody's here. No cushions on the chairs. There used to be cushions. Taking it all in is so crazy. And as we get older, more and more information, I found, I think, the beach entrance. More and more information gets thrown at us. And if we mature in life, then we learn how to take that information and we learn how to add positively, or at least neutralize the situation. And again, I'm going to argue very strongly that I found the way to the beach, and they upgraded it somehow. This used to be all planks, like, hang on, I'm gonna see if I can't turn you guys around. Maybe this is a better angle for my stupid stick. Maybe it likes this angle better. Sorry if you see the stick, I'm so sorry. But that's kind of how I feel right now, because I feel that I was much more reactive when I was younger. And I really, truly was not appreciating the fact that you should pause and wait. And actually, one of my girls, I call her 2.0, she knows who she is. She's a tough broad, let me tell you, but she's super cool. And she said something really wise to me. She says, when someone is yammering on, like, let's say this is a situation where someone is yammering on at you and just attacking you verbally and saying nasty things, cross your hands and just stare at them and just don't say anything. And after thinking about it for a minute, she's like, don't respond right away. And I agree with that, but I never thought to look at them with my fingers crossed. Oh, see, they didn't really change this part. Look at that. So this is really quite dilapidated. See this? This has been a little bit upgraded in the sense that, oops, I'm going to be very careful here. Look at this. Our last sunrise. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But this road is yours to trade. Look at that. Made to mold into a song that sung before your day. Wow. So you found. And the funny thing that she said, which I agree with, and I didn't really verbalize it really. That there's holes, so this is where that area I showed you where that toilet is. Look at that. I don't want to go too much further, but this used to be the whole way. This little area used to be the whole way that you saw me walking through there. They've literally just dropped it down, which made more sense because this was a lot more maintenance. But my friend that I met, she's an acquaintance now, I guess, but maybe she'll be a friend one day. She made a very good point that you shouldn't respond and react to any situation right away. Take a moment to digest it. And if you can, take longer than a moment. And that really ties in very nicely with what I'm thinking, because when I realized that my girlfriend, whom I love dearly, potentially is going to be facing a health crisis. I realized that I have many regrets because of the way I responded when we would argue and when we fought. When we fought, it was big fights, and we fought old school. Like we said nasty things, and we didn't do it the new school way. We did it the old-fashioned way. And I would be the one holding grudges. And now, later on in life, the way that I responded, I hope you guys can see that beautiful sunrise. The way that I responded, I have many regrets. And as I was on this beautiful, amazing vacation that I just cannot believe I'm here. I just can't believe I'm here. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. Yesterday when I got the news, much like when I lost my glasses, I said to God, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to see that you've given me a good life and that you've allowed me to mature enough to be in her life, that we are in each other's lives again, and that I have grown. She has as well. We both have grown a ton. Thank God, because there's a saying, growing old is mandatory, maturing is optional. And I'm really glad I opted out to start maturing, and I really truly believe I'm maturing in my life because I'm making better choices and having less regrets. And I think that that's really an important, I think it's a really important thing in life. When you live the best life you can live. And I don't mean make the most money, have the best career, drive the best car. It's not what I mean. And anybody who thinks that that's their best life, well, good on you. That's your choice. It's absolutely your view of life, and I respect whatever you want to do with your life, because ultimately you're the one that's going to have the regrets, not me. And that's another thing, actually. Even just saying that, maybe even 10 years ago, would have been very different coming from me, because my opinion was the right opinion, right? Right now I have my opinion and you have your opinion, and what you want to do with your opinion is your business. As long as you do not force me, I will not be anywhere near your decision making. I will not be. I could tell you that I don't agree, or I could tell you that no, it's a wrong choice from my perspective, but I'll never tell you you're doing something wrong anymore, because the way I come at a problem is not necessarily the way you come at a problem. Look at that. I mean, how does one not get distracted with this? Like, come on. This is the most beautiful artist that I know. I don't know anyone that can do better art than this. So, as I'm saying goodbye to Cuba, and I'm telling you guys about how difficult it is to say goodbye, I've realized that as we get older, we're really having to learn to say goodbye a lot more frequently. And I think that if you're able to roll with the goodbyes, it ages you better. You're a healthier human being. And honestly, I think that you have less regrets. This trip has been not life-altering, but it has certainly been very reflective. And I think that I haven't been this present in my life for a large portion of my life until my cousin got sick. And until you have a really, like, my son's autistic, and that shook me in many ways. And I feel like it molded me, not in a negative, but in a positive, because I was able to make my family healthier as a result of my son's autism. So I tried to roll into a positive through a very, very, very large negative. It was a lot of work, but I have no regrets. When my cousin got sick, I could have hated God, gotten angry with God. I have friends that hate God and don't believe in him because, oh, well, what kind of God would treat us this way? I respect that because I was once there. But when my cousin got sick, I realized that we are part of every problem, even in our health. Even in our health, even if it's not our fault we get sick, maybe. Not wholly, not really, like it's not my son's fault, he's got autism. But I think that there have been choices that I made that I could have changed, maybe, or altered the outcome a little bit. And maybe you don't believe this, and that's fine. And this is probably the most thorny thought you'll hear today, because I just can't be thorny today. I feel that after he was injected with the triple jab, the M, and the R, hopefully this video doesn't get trashed. I mean, I have so many subscribers that I mean, it'd be silly for YouTube to do that, but I mean, they just don't like some of the things people say. I mean, free speech and all, right? Oh, look at this. See it. Look at that. That's 2 leopards. 2 leopards. Oh, goodness. This is so frustrating, I know. But when we have bad news, if we were to take ownership, complete ownership of our life, I wonder if we wouldn't find a little bit of our decisions that at least got us on that path. And I'm not saying that you can't get taken away with a path that you have no control over. That is true. But I do believe that we do have free will. And when my cousin got sick, I didn't believe in God anymore. Yeah. I actually didn't believe in him. And I was brought up a Catholic. And I just discarded him in my 20s and 30s. I had lots of problems in my family, and I discarded him. I thought it was all his fault. I thought he was unfair. Whiny. Me being whiny. My cousin got sick, and I rolled into God like a big fat blanket. And I thanked him for every moment that he gave me with her. I was not angry with him. I told him that I was sorry. I was very sorry. But when life throws you rocks, build something with them. Build something you can stand on. Build something that's solid. When you have to say goodbye to people, you can show your sadness, but build something with it. Don't let it crush you, because that is a choice. It's a choice to be crushed. Like if you look at history and you look at the people that were in concentration camps or that had a multitude of things that were done to them that were just nasty. Look at the people that survived and made something of it. Generally, those people that get hurt the most alter the world in a more profound way than people that have never really gone through anything but have been just very good people. Even though those people are changing the world, the people that have been hurt the most by life generally have a profound effect on people when they roll in to the positive to deal with it. So, I'm saying goodbye to Cuba. And I'm so sad. But I'm so exhilarated because I've got to just be careful. Because I learned so much. I had so many adventures. But anyway, I've got to tell you, this has been the most beautiful vacation I have ever experienced. Kind of by myself, because I really had great vacations with my children, but they were really restful. They were just about resting on the beach and not really participating in life. And it's so funny how different the feeling is when you make different choices. And that's kind of really what I mean to put across today is saying goodbye is hard. But if you say goodbye for now and allow yourself to absorb the lessons, it becomes very different. And all my life, because I live in one country, because we immigrated to one country, being Canada, and the rest of my family lives in Poland, I've always had to be saying goodbye to people. Always. My grandmother would come and my grandmother would leave. And it was always so sad, and I remember hating it. I just remember hating it. But I'm learning the value of goodbye. So that's that. And I'm hoping that that's helpful in some way. Whether you're saying goodbye to a loved one or whether you're saying goodbye to a vacation location. Whether you're saying goodbye to a marriage or whether you're saying goodbye to a career. Know that that's one door that closes. But then you have to look around the room and see what windows open after that door is closed. And don't look at that door closing. Look for the windows that are opening. I don't know if that makes sense for anyone. I don't know if anyone agrees or disagrees. We each have our journeys. We each have our doors closing and opening. And I think it's important that we as humans learn that everything in life is a teacher. And I mean everything. From the birds to the little legatos, which are little lizards. They're so freaking cute. To the birds that are going and cleaning all of our food. See, somebody's exercising. Good morning. I think that's the life lesson. They're everywhere. The trick is to learn from them. Look, they're just opening up. Just opening up here. See, I wish this would stay. Okay, look, I'm gonna do this. See, as soon as I do that, it's just crazy. crazy. What's the problem? Hang on.
I look for you in everything that I see. I wonder if you ever find yourself still thinking